This was the latest mission was to demonstrate the U.S.'s military's continuing commitment to regional security and deterrence to aggression. This is the Air Force. So let's. It's basically a way of retaliating about a year after they assassinated Tehran's top military commander, Soleimani, General Soleimani. If you guys remember from last year, the air crews they assassinated him in his country, which is we probably should have been brought up on war crimes for, but
Yep.
that's not how it seems to work anymore. The air crews flew a 36-hour nonstop mission from the 5th Bomb Wings home at Minute Air Force in North Dakota to the Arabian Gulf and back to send a clear deterrent message by displaying the ability to deploy overwhelming combat power on short notice. So yeah, this is just a way of sorry about that. It's just a way of us intimidating Iran.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to make sure that we talked about an international story where it's important that this is still occurring. Soleimani should never have been assassinated, even though he was a terrible person. It's just not how we work as a country, and we did it. So
If they
there we
did
are.
it to us, we'd be wilding out right now, right? So it's like
Yes.
we do a lot of hypocritical stuff. Like, if it was to us, it'd be all out war, right? But if it's for them, it's like, well, it's just part of the process, right? We got to make sure that they're in check, and we're not, it's crazy. And the what is it? They also said something about two landmines attached to a ship that they were defusing not too recently from not Iraqi, Iranian landmines. That somehow got caught up onto like a ship in Iraq's waters recently. But I think I sent you the article, but I don't see it. If you put it up or
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't have that article with me right
It's a,
now,
it's okay, but I
fortunately.
know originally why, like, I brought up the whole thing, to you, that maybe it'd be a decent topic to talk about. I feel like that was like Trump's uh, reason to maybe even try to stay in office again. Like, let's escalate this situation. I don't know if it's necessarily true or not, but I know that if he could provoke something and give, like, he's even said it with Obama, he's going to start a war before he leaves office. Like, as we've seen, Trump is unpredictable. Who knows what his intentions are with Iran, or Iran. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it. Which one's Iran? Iran.
It's Iran, but at the same
Yeah,
time, if you say Iran, it's not going to be
yeah,
the end
yeah.
of
I
the day.
usually say, I have a tendency of saying Iran, but Iran. I'll say, but and I don't want to offend any body by saying it the wrong way. But yeah, I Trump is unpredictable at the end of the day. Yeah, our country is unpredictable. We're a bunch of like you said, people that like getting into other people's businesses, right? so
Yeah,
when it's getting
interventionist.
done is yeah, when it's getting done, we kind of like don't know when it's supposed to. You understand what I mean? Like, is it purposely done, or are we just escalating something for our own personal reasons? It seems like we're slowly getting, in some cases, away from oil, but I think some of these old school politicians still think that there's a lot of money left in oil, right? Like, look at Tesla, right, and all that other stuff, which we're going to talk about right later.
But I was going
Doing
to say
electrical
more
stuff.
that Iran has a lot more to do with the stability of the region than it has to
Yeah.
do because Iran would be basically competing with Saudi Arabia,
Mm.
and the UAE is one of our allies. So unfortunately, we don't want that as a country, even though as people, individuals who we shouldn't care, because Iran should be able to have autonomy over their own country.
Yeah.
Um, that's why the isolationist thing should be true in a way. We should not be within the country. We should never have assassinated that because it's assassinated that general because basically it's going to be a power struggle between Israel, the
Mm.
United Arab Emirates, and Iran. And then
Mm.
there's Iraq that is sitting on the edge right there that it still has conflicts going on. And then you have, unfortunately, we're still talking about Afghanistan too, but it's not that at least that doesn't have to do directly with those
Yeah.
countries.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I don't know. I'm tired of getting into people's business. I think everybody needs to take care of this stuff, like out there or out here. Like we all got to be like less involved with other people's business at the end of the day. I just want peace, but how do you do that when you got a bunch of warmonger, greedy, power hungry people out there, right? In all these countries, they all got their issues. They got dictators, they got warmongers, they got, like, you know,
Yeah.
and I still think a lot of it has to do with oil still too. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but who am I to say? I don't know the meaning of any of this stuff. It's so much more above our heads that I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
And they got us fighting amongst ourselves as a distraction, right? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like we're fighting, our own people when they're the ones, causing situations, where I don't know, it's just saddening.